Welcome, my fellow scouts, to the grassy plains of Napoleon Total War 3. Today's replay with me by Azkamos, or Azkosmakos, I believe. I'm not too sure of his gaming name today, but I do know that he is commanding the faction of Rossiya 1799 Souvorov. Now, I think, well, on the first team we have Crusader Hun 12, Generalissimo, Jourdan, and Azkos Hun, so Azkos Hun might be him. On the other team we have J. Murat 99, Rimak the Liar, Obist 501, and Rainbow. Let's go to the factions. We've already gone through the faction of Azkamos, or Azkosmakos. I'll work on that name. We've got Rossiya here, 1812 Leyb-gvardiya. Oh, we also have an English faction here. United Kingdom Peninsular. Alright. And there's still Peninsular there. And we've got Austria, 1809. Alright. Let's go to their opponents today. Looks like we've got a North French affair, maybe. We've got France, 1807 Espagne. Could be just the one army there, and I can tell. What is Austria trying to do here? Suicide. Or is it? Yes, it is. Don't know why I thought otherwise. What was his purpose there? That cavalry outnumbered his own, was pretty much on the same level, and he had infantry and artillery support. Next we have France 1796 Italy. We have here Westfalen, which annoys me because I can't show the bloody flag in the description or on the screen right now. We have here France 1809 to 1812 as well, and those other factions and those other teams. Okay, we've got 5, 6, 7 1-pointers on the field today and 4 1-pointers on the field today for a grand total, I think, of 15 points. Hopefully my math does not fail me. And France is making their way across the ditch once again. I had bad memories of this map. We got annihilated once. It's a little bit unfortunate, but it happens. I think we also had a victory too, but maybe I get my memories mixed up. Well, Austria is joining Russia 1799 on the left flank. Just sort of combining their cavalry here. They easily overwhelm Espagne, sorry. We've got a 4-pounder here. Not too much of a threat, but can be a bit of a nuisance. Westfalen's also crossing their bank. You're trying to snipe out anything. There are gaps here in the Austrian line, and we do see artillery, a 5-pounder, which Westfalen could snake their way through if they were fast enough. So far, they're not going for it. Austria's moving up, probably to plug this gap and prevent Westfalen from moving through the gaps of their lines towards their artillery and try and snipe out artillery and generals, possibly. So yeah, Austria sort of stretching himself out a little bit there. He's got the area pretty well covered, left and right flank with cavalry. Just trying to keep an eye out for any enemies trying to slip through. So at least they know they're there. Then again, if the the blue team really wants to try to outflank them, they can come all the way around here. We know there's no red team units around in this area. It's a bit of a march, but they could potentially sneak through here undetected. And so, while we wait for combat, if you want to see your own replay featured here on this channel, you can send to my email at scoutsoфentertainment@gmail.com. You can also send them directly to me on Discord via private message or direct message. You can also join my Discord server, Scouts for Constants, where you can post all manner of total replays into the Battle Replay sub-channel you will find there. And you can also tag me in any Napoleon Total War 3 replay you want to see featured here on this channel in the Napoleon Total War 3 Discord as well. Just tag me first and it's all good. Alright peoples, combat has begun between Westfalen and Austria. Now it seems like Westfalen has sent most of his army here against a small contingent of Austrian troops. Austria is really sort of spreading himself out here. He does have England though moving to reinforce him at the rear, but his army is still about 10 to 15 minutes out right now if they keep their current pace. Considering Austria is vastly outnumbered here and outgunned, I don't imagine his forces will be able to hold their positions here much longer. Don't have artillery support. Cavalry is hovering around the area here, but they're not challenging the infantry. Westfalen is covering his right and left flank. That's important. If they charge the center though, it seems like they stand a chance at actually routing the entire Westfalen army. So I think what Austria needs to do here is that I think he needs 3 units here need to shift more to the left. These 2 here shift more to the right. Open up a gap in the center. Charge the cavalry through in mass, in force, through that gap, straight towards these Westfalen troops here. Like hit the line, hit the ranks, and cause a massive chain rout that will basically domino from left to right, all the way out. This will go this way, this will go this way. This whole area, this whole line here will be gone. They could succeed even now with this plan. Mind you, if Austria doesn't do anything soon, he's going to lose all these troops and not have too much to show for it. Westfalen really appears to be winning this battle. Austria seems to be asleep. He's not asleep per se, his attention is probably all the way over here. There was a battle here. He seems to be late into the battle. And we're seeing the conclusion of it. Russia here sent up their best cavalry unit, reinforced by Austria. And the general was almost killed here for France 1807 Espagne. He got lucky. Take the win, pull back. Yeah, Austria's moved up some reserves right here. England's still some ways off. He's coming. The only thing these Austrian troops have going for them is the fact that England has their cav already up here. These guys here could form square, but they're not forming square. They got off a volley, but they're going after the artillery. And there they go. Good strike there from Westfalen. He's getting some decent kills there. English kept moving in to avenge their fallen artillery.
All hope is lost, sir. This battle is almost done.
This battle's just getting started. Don't be so melodramatic. Okay, looks like France 1809 is arriving. Westfalen's moving up. Cavalry, actually, yeah, cavalry's moving back. Oh no, those guys there, they're routed. Alright. What am I hearing here? Oh, Russia 1799 just sort of moving a bit more to the right. I don't think France is going to come through them though, through the river here. It seems a bit deep, and there's only so little ground for that this army can go through. Makes you wonder why Russia is actually shifting all the way, because they can't exactly shoot France where they are. And there's no way France is going to come at them through this tiny gap that really favours the Austrians. But, you know, if Russia here is going to move to the left and open up this entire gap for them, then France should definitely come this way. Which could be why we see the 1799 moving back into position. Well, Austria is charging into the cab into the French forces. Well, seemed like a good charge. French troops managed to get a nice volley off in their faces. Westfalen once again hammering away at the Austrians. This unit's morale has been shaky for the last 5 minutes at least. I'm a little bit impressed that they're still in the fight at this stage. Why is it looking too bad? Fortunately for them, the United Kingdom has moved up another artillery set. Hopefully he can protect this one. But Westfalen is eyeing it. Austria moving up to cover him. But the Cuirassiers. Ooh. Come on, this is where communication comes into it. My allies were always telling me, hold your fire, scouts, hold your fire, I'm crossing your cannons. And I once actually shot my own unit too. Whenever a friendly unit passes your artillery, just keep snapping or smacking that halt your fire button. It should be on your left hand, bottom left hand corner, roundabouts that area. Just hold your fire as best you can, as fast as you can. Last thing you want to do is accidentally break your own unit, break your own ally's unit too. If he's coming to save you, that is. Austria's pulling back. He's got to turn around here. This is why being in voice chat is actually really important. Austria could have saved the English artillery here, but he kept falling back. And now that's two crews. Potentially both the artillery sets that England had are now gone, making their job to defend this area much more difficult. These troops here are in a good position, but where's the rest of the army and why aren't they moving up with them? The French artillery is righty close to the Austrian line. Given its position though, it can really hit the unit on the right flank of the Austrians. To go after any other unit, potentially they'll hit their own men. That howitzer shot landed right on top of that guy. And the Austrians here are about to lose. Russia 1799 needs to tell these troops to take Austria's position. That's probably what he's doing right here, right now. Okay, France is moving in. He's focusing a lot on Russia's left flank. He's diverting most of his forces in that direction. There's cavalry standing by, 3 units in fact. What's France up to? It's a bold plan. It'll take some time though to get his army into position. Meanwhile, this little French contingent is moving over. And Russia here's got to get himself set up fast. France will get his cavalry in though, before they set up their line. Meanwhile, Austria is combining his army now into one. They're repositioning their line. Westfalen should be in position though, before the Austrians are completely set up. That artillery though from Westfalen does have a nice angle on the Austrian line. A nice strike here could go through a couple of units. The artillery just struck these two. What's he going after? He tried to be clever there and walk in his cavalry instead of charging them in straight away. Charging them in sounds a trumpet which alerts a player that someone's charging them, so he didn't want to try and give away what he was thinking. But Westfalen was on top of it. He didn't need a trumpet to know he was coming. Okay, small victory there for England, at the moment anyway. Looks like Francis is going for a bayonet charge. So it's a grand battle here for control of the right flank. England's formed their square. Battle's looking too bad for England. They're forcing them back. At first that attack looked very promising for France. They seem to have gotten into England's face with minimal to no losses. That square though caused a lot of problems for the French cavalry. It looks like all the cavalry there is just stuck on it. And they didn't send up the rest of the line. They only sent up a small contingent of their force. We surge forward, they're going for the general. I think the general will get away though. Russia's going after him. Russia can catch him. Yep, he wants him dead. Austria's moving in to help. Okay, England and Austria and Russia have surrounded the French forces here in the area. Not bad. Nice job, guys. Even if they are depleted, going up against the elite unit, attacking them from all sides really helps nail the morale of any elite unit. There you go. Done.
Our men are running, sir.
Then those guys somehow kill the general as well. I don't see it. I don't see the broken unit. Or the broken general. I don't see anything. I thought he was in there. I thought he got caught out. You got Westfalen here. Bayonet charging an Austrian unit and an Austrian cav as well. They broke the Austrian infantry. They're about to break the Austrian cavalry. So Austria's trying to reform. Get his men into line, as it were.
Our men are running, sir.
Okay, light casualties on most sides. Almost lost his general. Down to 5 now. Bloody lucky. Russia's fallen back. He's fallen back because he's trying not to get surrounded here by France. The French Espagne player and the French Italian player. His intention probably is to move his army even a bit behind the forest here and make his way towards England. I think that'd be the way to go. Given the position of the French forces, that's pretty much the only way he can go. If he tries to go this way, France is already in place to shoot him as he passes him by, so that won't work out too well there for Russia, I don't think, if he attempts to do that. I think his best bet is to make haste in this direction. Looks like he's going to actually go for it.
We have killed their general, sir.
I wouldn't recommend that. Okay, it looks like Oberst 501 lost their general. Sniped out by the Russians. And they're not broken yet. It certainly dealt a severe blow there to the French forces. We could have a chainmail on their hands. We've got the French forces here falling like dominoes. There's only 3 units left here alive. Certainly not enough to make the way across the gully there.
Our men are running.
Russia's losing this fight. They need their ally to move over here and outflank the enemy. Russia 1799 here keeps them entertained.
Our men are running, sir.
We've got units here falling back. This unit's about to join them. Damn it, they're going to get caught here on the trees. Damn, have the Russians celebrated too soon, I wonder? They were owning it a second ago. So England obviously feels emboldened by the earlier victory here over the French forces, so they're moving forward, putting pressure on them. Westfalen's obviously got to keep pace with France and watch what he does and mimic what he does in order to ensure they have one cohesive line to counter the advance of the Austrians and English. Now the artillery is on the blue team's side here. That's going to make things difficult for the England and Austrians. They need to rely on their cav to snipe out that artillery. Easier said than done. They need to scout ahead to see if it's even possible. See what troops are protecting those assets. Now, what Akos, I think this is Akos here, is thinking is, he's hoping these French forces here will wheel left and try to outflank his infantry, and at the same time charge into their rear, but pretty much all 4 units here can form a square, so as long as there's players on the ball, they can just form square and repel any potential cav charge. While the rest of the French force here moves forwards, and they easily outnumber the Russian forces here as well, so that's not really the best of plans. Now, I thought it'd be a big gamble for him to actually retreat this way through the forest. Doesn't seem to be slowing down his forces a lot, which is surprising. Cav here down to almost half strength. There's some Russian forces over here as well. Is it Cav? Yep. So they charged the whole area here. We got a French unit that might have broken and then reformed. They are shooting at him. Russia's going to be able to slip away here. I never thought he'd be able to through the forest. Meanwhile, both these armies here look heavily depleted, especially the Russians. The Russian 1812 Libya player, Leyb player. We've got a couple of English infantry units back here. Don't know why they're so far back. He's moving in without properly forming his men up first. He's being fired upon. We've seen our first chink in the Westfalen's armor over here. What are they having to accomplish? Arthur Weasley's getting way too close to the battle. This gap is very confusing. Unless they're planning to charge in their cavalry, I don't know why they're leaving such a large gap.
Our men are running, sir.
It doesn't look like England's going for it. French forces here, not too depleted. England's not looking as hot though.
Our men are running, sir.
These three units here in front of us should be moving forwards. If that prompts the others to turn around, then England should advance. If England can push France back fast enough and hard enough, we might be able to outflank Westfalen. Big if. Russia here has won with some of their cavalry at least. Yeah, Russia's positioned some forces in some interesting positions. A couple won't be able to get any shots off at all. Pretty much. Okay, England has successfully outflanked the enemy. They're running around the rear. They're going after the general. got away. Probably the last man left. This is just two. England looks pretty confident. France's line is collapsing. So a prolonged shootout engagement here just seemed to really favour the English. Austria is holding back at least for now. Oh, he's moving up finally. They didn't take out the artillery though. Yeah, now's potentially the time to charge. Come on man, charge in, don't charge in, just don't walk your way in. I don't see Westfalen getting pinned down by the English here, they're too far away. We have our cavalry run around the left, well, the right flank. You gotta love it when your enemy runs away and you charge him with cavalry. You can usually guarantee a lot of kills. Usually. Okay, Russia's continuing to fall back. They call this rearguard action, I think that's what it's called. The rearguard action is a maneuver that involves a certain number of troops staying behind to do battle with the enemy to delay their advance as the main body retreats. Then they sort of leapfrog each other. So, you know, one unit fires, retreats behind the whatever the last unit is that's involved in the rearguard action. That unit then battles away. Potentially that's how it works. Now, will England fire or will they charge in? That range, you got to think shooting would be the better way to go. No, pulling away. So the outcome of this fight, I think, will be determined by whoever wins on either side first. So basically, Austria and England need to wipe out Westfalen and France, or France, Espagne, and Italy need to wipe out what's left of the Russian Leyb and Russian 1799 player. If Westfalen and France can hold out long enough, jeez, I was going to say, how many players are over here? France, Italy has a huge army. Like, most of these troops are his. He alone outnumbers the Russians here. And meanwhile, France and Espagne, they're moving towards the Austrians and English almost unopposed. Almost. Austrians tried to do a bayonet charge into the artillery crew. They failed. Meanwhile, France and Westfalen here occupy this building. That's going to cause the English a little bit of trouble. Either side, in fact, as they move up. The artillery crew still stands. There's a potential weakness here in the French approach. This blob of 4 units here has moved up way ahead of the rest of the army. Potentially Russians here, either player could have just surrounded these guys and tried to destroy them. I think Russia falling back here was a mistake. They had units outnumbered. Seeing he's firing point blank into them. This cavalry here can easily be shot in the back. France is positioning themselves to do just that. But the Russians there broke and they're running away. They might come back. England in the distance there is challenging France for that building. England needs to win that flight. Well, what will this guy do? He needs to head towards his allies. We got Italy player here moving to cut off his attempt to link up with his allies. I think a Russian led player needs to play sort of like the sacrificial role to buy time for 1799 to move safely towards England. I think if these 3 units here, the general included, turns around and tries to halt the advance here, they can hold at least 4 or 5 units back. We got here, he's gone into column formation in an attempt to move faster. England here won control there of that building. Meanwhile, it looks like Austria is planning to do what Russia did not. Oh, hang on.
Yes, sir.
I thought he was going to do it. But he keeps falling back. Meanwhile, England obviously pursues. We've almost got France annihilated. What is Westfalen and France doing here? I know they're drawing England away. But eventually they have to face him. It's a long column. These troops almost look like they're moving to outflank the French unit here. Let's see what they do. They're walking. Under fire. France was able to deploy, turn around and fire first.
Our men are running first.
That probably didn't work out as planned. Austrians here almost driven off the field. England probably needs to pursue Westfalen here with at least 2 units here. 2 units in the house probably need to get out of the house so they can form up and shoot at the Westfalen troops as they move past the windmill there. I think potentially that could rout the Westfalen player entirely. His forces are really clumped up. Makes for a nice target. We've got a Westfalen unit over there, some Jaegers. We've got 10 minutes left. And right now I can only tell that 1 point has been claimed so far on the map. England's trying to surround the Westfalen. What is going on there? We have some Kingdom and Legion here, bayonet charging an artillery crew. France is almost upon them. And see how fast England can retaliate. They're taking their time to fire, aren't they? And now he's falling back. France is also returning. He wasn't entirely destroyed. Russia needs to protect this house. They're sending some grenadiers that should definitely help with close quarter combat. Oui, monsieur. Russia here still some cavalry. That's fortunate. Nice little sandwich there. Okay, they broke the last of the French 1809 players. Alright. They're continuing to hack down the rest of the fallen troops. Nice little counter-attack they got going.
Our men are running.
It's funny, France is going into the building and they're being attacked as they go in. The grenadiers here probably need to charge in. Which they are. We're also being shot at though on the flank. Okay, the morale looks shot for a second. Then it was good, now it's bad again. Okay, looks like they've had enough. Russia has a unit going somewhere for some reason. Is he going for a pointer? Potentially he is. He's going for the 4-pointer. I get to find out why. Red team already has it. That unit's needed in the fight, for sure. Given the time that's left, France needs to just throw everything they've got into wiping out the last of the enemy troops in this area and take that house. Because if the blue team has that 4-pointer and in the north, the northeast, and the red team already has the one in the southwest, then potentially the red team is ahead here by 1 point. Russia has got to fall back. What is he doing with the unit there? Doesn't make any sense. Russia needs to turn one of these units here around.
Our men are running.
Too late. Looks like Russia tried to charge into this massive blob of French troops. Don't know if he succeeded in killing many. He certainly didn't break any of the units. not be easy for the French. They got grenadiers in here. The grenadiers here gotta start fighting. A lot of troops are making their way upstairs. They're killing all the English. Okay, they've killed all the English troops up here now. It's only the Russians left. How's it looking? And we got 34 seconds left on the clock. The blue team has 4 pointers, the red team has 4 pointers. Now apparently if a house battle is underway, the game will not finish until it's decided. So given all the reinforcements in the area, the blue team will just clinch this one. Came right down to the wire. Three, two, one.
Our men are running, sir.
Oh, they broke right on 0 seconds, just as he said. They seem to have won that fight. But there was victory there for J. Murat 99 on 1151, Rimak the Liar 1816, Oberst 501 937, and Rainbow here 1133. Crusader Hun 12 906, Generalissimo 1107, Jourdan 2026, and Ask and Akos Hun 937. So unlucky there to the coalition. Well done to the French forces and Westfalen. Okay, best performances there were the Grenadiers 209, 186, Dragoons 159, and the rest units here range from 60 to nothing probably. Yep, General. And that is that. So, if you want to see your own replay featured here on this channel, you can send them to my email at scoutsoventertainment@gmail.com. You can also send them directly to me on Discord via direct message. You can also join my Discord server Scouts Reconnaissance, where you can post your replays into the Battle Replay sub-channel you'll find on the Discord, or you can tag me in any Napoleon Total War 3 replay you post on the Napoleon Total War Discord as well. This is Mika on behalf of Scouts of Entertainment signing off. Goodbye, my fellow Scouts. Catch you in the next Total War battle.